Hi, and thanks for joining us. Please be advised that this channel and these videos are not intended to be medically suggestive in any way, shape, or form. What's up, y'all? Welcome to tonight's episode of Life Unmedicated. This is episode 59, which is kind of crazy because I filmed episode 50 so long ago, but I've skipped so many days that it's been about, I feel like it's been like a month. Yeah, that's crazy. 10 episodes ago was the 26th and 27th of July, and now it is the 23rd of August. I'm slacking on my Mac and pimping. Um, anyway, so, it's only been a couple days. Last time I recorded, I think today's Wednesday, so I think the last time was Monday. So it's only been a couple days, and, I was just about to literally take my ponytail out, put my curlers in, get in the shower, and hop in the couch. But my friend said something about recording something, and it reminded me, like, oh shoot, I need to do Life Unmedicated. So here I am. What I am going to do though, what I am going to do is I'm going to set my reminder earlier than 9 p.m. because lately by 9 p.m. I be, curl band in, pin curls up, bonnet on, showered, and in the couch. So I'm gonna set my reminder earlier for maybe like 7:30, and we're gonna do it like that because I do need a reminder. And y'all know why. So anyway, I hope y'all have been having a wonderful week. My week has been good so far. It's been a high energy week. It's been a good week. I've been feeling good. Today's Wednesday. I had therapy earlier. It was really good. I talked to my therapist about a lot of the stuff that I've talked to y'all about. You know, since yesterday, what's happened? That was Tuesday, so I I had to go all the way to my job, to like the far campus of my job, because I had to file those police reports and I had to replace my equipment. Fortunately, I have a great friend that works in the IT department, so they hooked me up with a new computer and a new phone. But I still had to like file all the reports and stuff because obviously, like, policy is policy. Um, I so I spent pretty much all day there. I had to drive with saran wrap on my window, super disrespectful with it, just the whole time, It was hot, air was escaping, the heat was getting in. It was just disrespectful, and I was like, I'm not driving my car no more. But then today, well, I'll tell you about that later. Anyway, so I did that. I took care of all that. I had lunch with my friend, and I was talking to them about like guys, because he's a guy, and a lot of times I like to get guys' opinions on like why they do the things they do, because I'm a woman, like, straight up. I'm a woman, and I don't think like a man. I don't desire to think like a man. I desire to understand men, though, just like I desire to be understood. But oftentimes it calls for a third party of the opposite sex. So I was just talking to him about like why I keep experiencing this thing where, guys will approach me and we'll have conversation. It's happened like 2 or 3 times now. They just seem so interested. They're all in my face. They're all like, oh yeah, I'm gonna hit you up. We're gonna get to know each other, this and a third. Or they like clearly set up like a scheme where, not a scheme, but like a way to like get my information, like, oh, don't I know you from somewhere, or something like that. And then it's like, oh, we exchange information. I never hear from them. And he was basically saying that, like, when women, like, well, him personally, I guess, he was just saying that, well, I'm not going to put his business out there, but basically the conclusion of what he was saying is that I could perhaps, he didn't say perhaps, but I'll say perhaps because I feel like it lightens the impact. But basically, he was just saying that I may seem like high maintenance and like I'm not giving up no booty. And when he put it like that, I was just kind of like, okay, I'll take that. I mean, it's still kind of frustrating because I don't I mean, I just feel like be genuine. And also, like, I mean, I'm not high maintenance. I do require effort, but I feel like every woman should require effort. Like, I'm sorry, every person should require effort, but I'm a woman. So, like, the emphasis is from the man to the woman as far as effort is concerned, because you need to be able to show that you have like leadership skills and like that you actually care about the situation and where it goes. And if you don't, then that's fine. So yeah, please don't hit me up like ever. But that's why I said the other day, like, I just kind of took it as God blocked it. Hashtag God blocked it. Thank you, Kurt Kerr. And I just feel like God works in every other aspect of my life, so why wouldn't he be working in the dating scene? You know what I mean? I expect for God to, you know, send me my husband at some point, so obviously I expect for him to block the busters. So okay, I'm sorry. Woo, that was funny. I didn't even mean to do that, but it was funny. Okay, all right. Back on topic. Yeah, so, you know, when he put it like that, I was just like, you know what? I'm cool with that, especially if you just, like, trying to, like, hit and whatnot. Like I've said it multiple times, I'm just not on that type of time. So, you know, that's fine. Weed them out, Jesus. Weed them out. Thank you. Because I hate to, like, get into something and then it be like, oh, what a waste of time, you know? So, oh, shoot. I had a little pepper on my hand. I've washed my hands, like, 3 times. Ooh, all right, there we go. Yes. So yeah, that was an interesting conversation, but I walked away from it feeling a little better about, you know, living the single life. I'm a little hyper tonight. I don't know if y'all can tell. I'm a little hyper tonight. A little impulsive, a little this, a little that. Completely sober though. I don't do drugs or drink on the weekdays. So anyway, I did have, oh yeah, so then I went home, set up shop with my like new computer and whatnot. Then I went to the gym. My eating was straight yesterday. It was fine. I did have ice cream cone. I don't really care. It's fine. Excuse me. Today, I woke up. I worked. I had therapy on my break. I finished working. I went to the gym. I actually ate really well today because I kind of accidentally starved myself. Not really though. Like I ate my breakfast around. I finished eating breakfast at 12, like on the dot. I remember my little reminder going off at 12. And I had just took my last little, you know how you scrape the bowl? I was scraping the bowl, y'all, because it was good. I just scraped the last of my bowl and it said ding. And I was like, oh, it's 12. But then 2 hours later, I was hungry, but I wasn't hungry enough for lunch because I knew that I wasn't going to be able to eat dinner until 7:30 or later because my gym class is from like 6 to 7. So I had an ice cream cone to tide me over. And then I was going to eat lunch around like 3, but then I had a meeting at 3 and I got done. But by the time I got done, I had to do some other stuff that just didn't, it just didn't work out for me to eat. And then as soon as I finished that, I had to go straight to the gym. But I did go to the chiropractor today because my ankle has been giving me issues. I'm having some more issues with my fascia. And yeah, oh, matter of fact, where's my little ball? Hold on now. It's supposed to be up here or down. Oh, is that it right there? Hold on, y'all. Ooh, yeah, there it goes. I don't know how it got all the way down there. But yeah, I need to be doing this more often. So yeah, it was imperative that I get it right that moment. But yeah, my ankle's been giving me issues. It's not injured though, which is why I was still able to go to Zumba. It was fine for like the first 40 minutes and then it started giving me issues again. So I had to put my ankle brace on, but hopefully this heals because I really don't have time to like not be going to the gym. I cannot fall out of that routine. I just can't. Like I don't. every time I fall out of that routine, well, no, I can't say that because I've taken a week off here and there over the last year. I think I've taken 3 weeks off total. I took a week off last month because I didn't have time to go. I was switching jobs and changing lanes and at work every day, and I was tired and stressed out and depressed. I took a week off when I went to Mexico because I got sick. And then the last few days, I just didn't want to waste those last few days that I had working out. And then the last time, I think, was sometime last year. At the end of last year, I had to take a week off for something. I can't remember. So 3 times in the last year, I took a week off. And so I got right back on it, which is great. But I don't know. I'm always afraid that if I fall off, it's going to take me months to hop back on like it has in the past. So I try not to fall off at all. But anyway, all that to say, I gotta get this fascia. Ooh, that hurts. I gotta get this fascia together so that I cannot be injured. Anyway, so yeah, then I came home, I ate dinner, delicioso. So the things that I wanted to talk about today, and we're already at 11 minutes, so I'm gonna try to chop it up. But if I get too far, I'll just talk about one today and one tomorrow. It's fine. So, my not all for one. I do love that band. They got like a couple good songs. But anyway, one thing I want to talk about was like all or nothing thinking, very black and white thinking. It's something that a lot of us participate in. People with ADHD specifically. I'm sure that other people do too, but this is my experience and I have ADHD. So that's what I'm speaking to at this moment in time. But a lot of us experience it where we feel like it has to be one way or another way. Not even like, it's like very 0 or 100, very like, there is no gray area. There is no 50%. There is no like sum of it. It's like either we're gonna like, this is the only example I can think of. Well, there's so many examples, but it happens randomly, so it's hard to kind of like, with me, okay, I'll use myself. Either I have to be in the gym 5 times a week or I don't go at all. And that's very like black or white thinking. I can't just go 3 times, even though I went last week 3 times, but I'm just using this as an example. Like, I can't go 3 times. I feel like a failure if I go 3 times. I have to go 5 times. I have to go more often than not. You know, or else I feel like I'm not, I feel like a failure. I feel like I'm ineffective and inefficient and not progressing. Or like in a relationship, either we gotta live together or we gotta break up. Like, you know, there's no like, okay, maybe we could take a step back and separate from each other's space 24/7. Like, there's nothing, you know, there's nothing saying that we can't do that. But it doesn't occur to me until I talk to like my therapist about it. And she's like, well, if you go to the gym twice, it's better than not going at all. And I'm like, you don't say. You know, and it would be kind of like a thank you, Captain Obvious moment, but it clearly was not obvious to me, you know? And I feel like sometimes it should be. So it's frustrating for me because I do it in so many areas of life that I don't know. And well, I do it in so many areas of life and I don't notice it all the time until I get really frustrated and I start to like talk to somebody about it or I start saying it out loud and I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess I could skip the gym today because it's actually causing me more stress than it's relieving, you know? Or yeah, maybe I can just like tell such and such that he needs to go home tonight because I need space to myself. I need time to myself to participate in some like, you know, what was that episode of Sex and the City? It was like her single self behavior, like things you don't do around your partner, you know, like, yeah, I want you to be there. I love when you're there, but you know, I also like, well, I would prefer to lay up under my man for, you know, 7 days a week, but at the end of that week I realized I haven't been to the gym and now my fupa back, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm frustrated because I haven't taken care of myself. And so it's not, you know, it's not that I don't want them there, it's just that I have to like I have to take care of myself too. And I have to take care of myself within the relationship. And that's clearly not a personal example because I just got finished telling y'all how I am like chronically single. But it's just an example that I could think of at the moment. So, you know, I mean, I know some of y'all probably deal with that as well. And it's not easy, but I find that talking through things, I call it thinking aloud. Others may call it talking to myself. I'm okay with that. I find that thinking things through aloud really helps. But obviously, in those moments where you're just moving a mile a minute and like your mind is just going and you're not really noticing that your mind is going, because that's how our minds operate all of the time. So nothing is special about this moment where I have like 27 things going on right now and I'm just moving. I'm just on like autopilot and muscle memory and I'm just going. Like in those moments, it's really helpful to slow down. So I'm trying to practice slowing down and I'm trying to practice thinking out loud and like taking my time to do things and make decisions, and just being more like mindful and more cognizant of that, because it really is easy to just like jump into something without even thinking, you know, like that impulsivity thing, you know. So yeah, and then the other thing was like my mom always used this phrase, and it's an AANA phrase, but she'll always say like one is too many and 1,000 is never enough. And it's so apropos for my ADHD self. Like it's very, I mean, it is kind of, well, my mom would say it's addict behavior, but honestly, I feel like it's neurodivergent behavior. Like, and it could be both. It's not, they don't need to be mutually exclusive. But you know, it's one of those things where it's like, in terms of drugs, that, you know, they say like, you know, when somebody is an addict, when they're addicted to anything, drugs, sex, rock and roll, who knows, clothes, spending money, it'll be like, you know, just one more hit. And one is already too many, because once you take that one hit, you're not going to want to stop. And so in terms of like, I'm going to use the same example because it's fresh on my mind. But like I was talking about, if I had a boyfriend and he was coming up, or when I did have a boyfriend, I would have rather been up under him all the time, you know, but, and I know that like, I know I need to do things for myself, and I know that I'm not getting those things done, but it's hard for me to say, oh, I'm going to go home, or, oh, maybe you should go home so that we can like spend some time apart and come back together. But it's like, as long as you want to stay there, or as long as you're not telling me to leave, I'm going to stay, because it's never enough. It's never enough. I can never spend enough time with you. We can never kick it enough. We can never talk enough. We can never hug enough. We can never kiss enough. You know, it's never enough. But like I said, at the end of the week, when I'm feeling sluggish and lazy, stupid and unconcerned, you know what I'm saying? Then it's a problem, because I realize I haven't taken care of myself. And so the next week, I'm like, well, I'm going to go home these days, and these days. Or I'm going to go home these days. And then it doesn't happen, because once again, one night is too many, but 1,000 nights is never enough. I could be cuddled up with you all day long. You know what I'm saying? And I'm breaking that. I am breaking that habit. I was working on breaking that habit when I was in a relationship. And I did get to the point where I was like, you know what? I need to do what I said I was going to do. I need to keep the promises I made to myself, because like at the end of the day, I love him, but I love me more, you know, and I love us obviously, but there's certain, if I don't take care of myself, I'm not going to be the person, I'm not going to be healthy, and I'm not going to be healthy in this relationship if I don't take care of myself. So that's just a couple of things I want to talk about tonight, because I feel like there are things that I've gotten somewhat of a grip on, but I haven't necessarily gotten a complete hold on them yet. And those are just a few ways that I am trying to cope with those symptoms. But, you know, obviously I'm always open to, to like new or improved skills and tools, because I mean, I'm not in a relationship or anything like that, but that's not the only example. Like, it applies in so many other places. Like, if I buy one t-shirt, it's too many, because I'm not gonna stop. I can't stop. I feel like Kanye and Jay-Z. I can't stop. Let's sigh. Well, we're hitting the 20-minute mark. Thank you all, as always, for joining me on this episode of Life Unmedicated. Hope you're having a beautiful day, a beautiful night, a beautiful year, and a beautiful life. Of course, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And tell your friends. Tell your friends. Tell a friend to tell a friend. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like this is helpful for people. It might not be helpful for everybody, but I want it to reach the people who it could be helpful for. So yeah, as always, thank you so much, and I hope you all have a wonderful night.